Hi there, welcome to the Wyckoff Wild Speculation Weekly. We are looking at the Stellar's weekly chart and what indications do we have with the price actions over the past 6-7 days. Let's find out. Before getting into the details, as usual, these sessions are not financial advice, they're for education and research purpose only. However, your discussions and comments are very welcome. So let's get started. So when we look at this weekly chart in terms of candlesticks and volumes, we notice that like from the candle bodies and also the volume bars, it has been staying pretty low compared to when we had the buying climax in November last year. So it has been kind of consistently declining if we look at here. So that's one thing. The other thing is, if I change this to a line chart, we can see the lower lows that has started since February, basically. So that's the big picture. The price is consistently declining and it has returned to the long-term playground zone. So the long-term playground zone, if you're new to these sessions, it's a chart, or it's charted since the beginning of Stellar, and the lows in 2019, 2020 during that accumulation period, as well as 2022 to 2024, those two accumulation periods, the price basically has fallen to roughly around that level for the bottom of the white box, and the top of the white box is where when the price first returns to the accumulation period, where they were bouncing a couple of times before it did the full retreat. So that's how the long-term playground zone has been drawn for Stellar. It may be a little bit different for different assets depending on their age as well. So going back to the current state, if we look at the daily chart, given the background big picture from the weekly, the daily action is still between this yellow support line and the white resistance line defined by the long-term playground zone. The yellow is the support line defined by the PSY. So the PSY, if we look at the weekly, this is the PSY. So right now, actually since March 29th, over the past 20-ish, 21, 22 days, the price has been traveling between these two lines. And if we look at the blue downward trending box, you can consider this the current playground zone. That is still within this blue box. So what would happen, or what's going to be interesting, is when this price reaches the top edge of this box. So according to the current trajectory, if there's no crazy trading activities, if it slowly edges towards this box, the edge of this box, let me enlarge this so it's easier for everybody to see. So if it maintains this slope or trajectory, where it crosses this box would be somewhere around $2.60, not $2, sorry, it's roughly 26 cents. Obviously it can travel another way, like going sharply upwards and then bounce back. So the reason I mentioned this is there are a couple of points that we need to observe. One is when it hits the top edge of this blue box, whether the price would go above the box and stay above. So more important is stay above the top edge of the blue box. That means it's going to develop a new playground zone. So that's number one. Number two is if it does bounce back, whether it will fall through this yellow line. If it does, then it means the support line defined by the PSY is not very strong. And the first thing is, once the price goes through this yellow line, whether it will bounce back from the bottom of this blue box. So that's the first thing. So the thing is, if this is confirmed to be a playground zone, for people that have been following my sessions for a while, they will know like these activities doesn't, I mean the bouncing off between the boundaries activities doesn't stop at one time. So there's a clear example over here. We see this blue blocks developed. That's between January and February. There's 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, 4 bounce. So these occasions, if there are people using the same method, they are most likely the entry points of those people when they place their order. So that's why it's interesting to observe how this is going to develop. So that's the picture for step.